Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to install external Python modules that Houdini does not ship with, for example SciPy. In this case, as you can see, I just drop down a Python node and try and do import SciPy, and you'll see that it's going to throw an error called no module called SciPy. So how do I install an external module into Houdini the easy way, without using Houdini Python path? So what you can do is you can just go to the window drop down menu and click on shell, which will open the shell, where I'd like you to just copy the line that I just typed there, and then all the way at the end, modify it so that it points to some path on your disk. So in this case for me, I just decided it will be on the D drive in a folder called example. Once it's done that, you can see that we now have that get-pip.py file in that folder that we specified. So the next step is to install it into Houdini. So what we do is we type hython, that is with an H, which means essentially the non-graphical version of Houdini, and then the path to the file on disk where we downloaded get-pip.py to. This might take a little bit depending on your internet speed, but once it's done, it'll tell you that it either successfully installed pip to Houdini or it did not. In this case for me it did, so let's just try and import or install SciPy in this case. So next step, on the next line, what I'd like you to do is once again type hython with an H once again, -m, and then pip install, and then the name of the module you'd like to install. So in this case, once again for me, that is SciPy, but you could install anything you'd like. For example, TensorFlow, PyTorch, or any other cool module that Houdini does not ship with. Once you've done that and you hit enter, you can see that it's going to be downloading that module. In this case, SciPy is quite the beefy package. It's about 33 megabytes, as you can see. So in this case, because I have poor internet, it takes a little bit for me to download this. Once it is done, it says installing SciPy. And then once that is done, you should now have SciPy installed. Before you do that, make sure you open up a new copy of Houdini and then just drop down that Python node and type import SciPy. Once that's done, you can see that it's successfully imported and installed SciPy into Houdini. The other cool thing about this approach is that the installing of pip that we did at the beginning is something you only need to do once on your machine. So once that's done and you've got pip installed already and you want to install some other module, all you really just have to do is just type hython -m pip install, and then the name of the module. So for example, SciPy in my example, but you could use TensorFlow or anything else. So this is the only line that you have to run if pip is already installed into Houdini.